you want to
record?
no
audio?
Yeah.
Sound.
Welcome to the silent bottom of the bottle.
Nah, we would have had sound. It just would have been.
All do really crazy emotions.
It would have been off both cameras. So
like the first episode.
First 3 episodes. Are we live?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey.
You are watching the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie Trace Vases, aka the last of the dinosaurs. Today with me, I got my co-host, Drop Top, and I got my other co-host,
Jig,
and then we got a special guest. Y'all might know him as Dre. I knew him as Drizzle. I didn't know about Dre till today, but we got Drizzle. We got Drizzle 502 in the building.
Hey man, how y'all doing? Appreciate you having me on the show.
Man, appreciate you coming through. It's weird. I'm interviewing the interviewer. You feel me?
Yeah, man, it's different.
Now, last time I seen you was asking the questions behind the camera, so
yeah. I'm interested to see how it's gonna go.
Nah. Drizzle tell me he said he ain't drinking like a month.
Ooh.
Shit, it's been more than a month. It's been 3, 4, maybe 5.
Whole quarantine.
Sheesh.
I might have
How you been spending your quarantine then?
Working, kicking it with the fam, bro. Yeah, bro. I made it my goal. My job ended April 1st, so like right when stuff was like starting, like my job was already planning to end. So like it wasn't like a breath of me. You know what I'm saying? So I knew off top by April 1st I need to have me another job. You feel me? So I already had another job lined up. So luckily, you feel me? Like it didn't just happen on a whim, and I was like, oh shit, now I gotta figure something out at the last second, or be on unemployment or whatever. So. Yeah, I was just working, bro.
I feel you. Lucky you could work.
Yeah.
People been out here assed out, and it's about to happen again. Y'all motherfuckers couldn't keep y'all mask on, and now we about to get the shit shut down again.
Wave 2?
It was inevitable though. Like,
it was inevitable. With the protests, it was like a perfect storm.
They opened the whole world up. Not the whole world, half of the world. So Florida's and shit, and Georgia. They opened the whole...
late. Florida closed late.
Yeah, because they had to get that spring break money.
Yeah, they couldn't miss out on that shit.
That was what everybody flocked to Florida and then came back to their respective cities and,
infected motherfuckers. But this corona shit hitting close home. I'm starting to see people that I fucking know. Not people I hang with or talk to, but like, I know you. And they starting to get it now. So like, I'm about to just get back on quarantine for my damn self because I'll be damned if I catch the corona and I ain't never had the flu.
Right.
I'm telling my body ain't gonna know what the fuck to do.
Never had the flu?
I ain't never had the flu. I ain't never had a pink eye. I ain't never had nothing. I don't get sick.
That's in your mind.
I understand I have a pink eye, but
I ain't never had the flu. None of that shit, man. So
you gotta knock on wood, bro.
So I know that corona gonna come through my body. Fuck that shit up, nigga. I'm not dealing with it.
Sledgehammer.
I'm not dealing with it.
You want to open this bottle?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Jig, our resident liquor enthusiast, is gonna tell y'all about this bottle that Drop decided to choose.
So what made you choose the bottle first off? What led you
where
here?
did I go to? I wanted to avoid the liquor stores in the neighborhood, so tried to go to, and then I wasn't even thinking. I went to what's it called, Liquor World maybe, right near Floyd Street. Yeah. So I went there. I was hoping they had a bigger selection. No, all they got is they ain't have my McCall. They ain't have no Cavassier, nothing. They ain't not even what's it called? Is it Anzac? I think it's called cognac, something like that. They ain't have none of that. So I'm looking. I'm like, do I want to do Henny or?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to do Henny. Don't want to do Douce. No, I don't want to do Douce. Seen that over there, Prince who? Prince somebody yak?
Prince Hubert.
Prince Hubert Polniak. So from what I read, this brand just split off to become independent last year, but it was part of a 60-year-old brand before that. Didn't really dig into it too much because I didn't really recognize any of the names.
Ain't the name black owned?
It is not black owned. This is from some French monarchs. So we all know the French monarchs were not black. But yeah, from what I've read, it's pretty good. So we're gonna open it up and see.
Yes.
I'm all for it.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah, I do cognac all the time though, so
I started with cognac. The rappers had us drinking Hennessy from an early age.
That's a fact.
For no reason.
I got a broken top here.
I found out last year, man.
I did kind of
I
drop
figured do
Oh,
something
you
better.
I kind of
Say what?
He said I did kind of drop it.
Oh, shit. You said Douce is better than Hennessy?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It is definitely. But it's like,
bad decisions on that
It's-
Douce.
like what the dude said yesterday. He said all of it is just like a good $15, $20 cognac in a $50 bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you're essentially paying for a name, not for a product when it comes down to that. Which I have learned recently, to give them their props, that Hennessy did actually have a lot of good influence on the black community in terms of like marketing to black people at a time where, you know, other white brands didn't particularly like to do so. I think it was both Hennessy and Cristal, maybe, that both.
Not Cristal. I know that Cristal. So what he said, Uncle Russ, he said, I don't want y'all big nigga lips drinking my fine
okay,
wine.
well then maybe that's what I'm thinking of, is that Cristal was not, but there was another brand that was talked about. No, because Ciroc, well, since the Diddy collaboration, I think that was more so just a good benefit on both sides.
Yeah, because people didn't even know Ciroc existed way before Diddy. Like, I seen a bottle of Ciroc. I think it might
I
be.
thought Diddy created Ciroc.
I did.
Wait,
I thought he did too.
he's just like he's just a very
Ambassador.
well paid brand ambassador.
Yeah, so he like basically like.
See,
he's a mascot.
Yeah.
Good. It's like I feel like Young and May, when she first came out, could have been a brand ambassador per se for.
But like what
she
she
said, she messed that up because she said she didn't jump on that.
She said they
soon.
told her why did they need to pay her when she already did all the work.
She already did the work. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Damn.
that's why you fucking liquor sponsors better come give you shit, because it be one and done. If you don't send us some free bottles, you're not being on the next episode. Shout out to Uncle Nearest. They hooked us up with the free bottles.
Shout out to Richie.
That's dope.
And they come with some more bottles too.
All right, well, let's like actually smell this like you're supposed to, just because it's cognac and it should be enjoyed. Smell with your mouth open. It helps you smell it better.
Yeah, it made my nose tingle.
We'll take a little sip and then we'll take a full shot afterwards. It's not bad.
I really ain't.
From what I read, people said that it's one of the best cognacs in this price range that you can get. So
What was the price range?
It was $30. I wanted to spend a lot more. It's just I didn't want Remy. So
yeah.
Fuck some Remy.
Remy is tough. I couldn't have did a whole bottle.
I ain't never had Remy.
When a nigga walk in the party with a bottle of white Remy, get that nigga out. And the nigga who got the bottle of white Remy, that nigga's about to be wilding that night.
One night I drank that. One night it was at the Bellamy. Boy, was I lit. That
white Remy ain't no joke.
We can take a shot. I just wanted us to all appreciate it real quick.
You know, I had to get my chaser ready.
Oh.
All that for a cup.
What are we cheersing to?
We cheersing to freedom, man, because me and Jig was on a vacation / family visit / just like road trip, and they're still slaves in Mississippi. So
Yeah, man, get into that, cause I'm still in disbelief. But
So,
incredible.
I didn't think we was gonna get to this
believe it.
episode, but I think it was a good thing to
I
cheers
think
to
it's a good
freedom.
thing to
But we'll
start.
start with it because it's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
All right, cheers to freedom, man.
Or the lack thereof. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that second shot went down really.
Ooh,
Man, y'all do this shit every episode.
Every episode.
we got one episode you had to do the wine. One episode you got
Hey.
3 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Still it.
Yeah, bro. When I come back episode 2, bro, we gotta just stick to Coronas and Modelo's.
See, I would love with somebody to.
They get
We haven't done a beer episode. That's probably going to be Ants and John.
Like, we're gonna have to do beer with the owners of Z-Bar. They don't drink bourbon, and we don't drink vodka.
I don't blame them.
tequila.
Okay, we can do tequila. I think we did how much tequila? We did 1 tequila episode, the second episode.
One tequila,
Nah,
one gin.
I will say 1800 is, if I gotta drink tequila, that's probably the best tequila that I've like. It didn't do me wrong.
Are there different 1800s, or is there only like a blue 1800? I've
it
had
was-
a blue one that was 1800.
I had silver. The one I'm talking about was silver. The silver, I guess.
That's what you drink, ain't it?
It's the.
There's a gold, yeah.
There is a
I
gold.
like 1800.
It goes good with apple juice.
Really? I never had that.
I did it with I seen Play did it. He put it with the red wine, tequila, and shit. I just be putting whatever juice I got.
I don't remember what that was he made that day. That shit
It was fire, and I'll be doing it every time. And it looks good. Like it's visually appealing when you make it, and then shit, you mix it up, and it's a good ass drink. And gets you lit too.
Yeah.
No, what we had yesterday. It was they made a shot. It was Uncle Nearest and what?
Maletti. Maletti's an Amaro, kind of like Fernet, but it has like a deeper cinnamon undertone to it, I would say. But the Amaro kind of like helps balance out the harshness of the whiskey, so it ends up just being a real easy drinking shot, which is why industry people drink them, because it's easy to knock back while you're on the job.
And I think that's something we're gonna start incorporating, is getting a little bottle of like a DJ or what's it called, aperitif, to mix with it, because that shit it took down the harshness of the shot, but it also added a little potentness to the shot.
What was it? What was a tea?
So Amaros can either be aperitifs or digestifs. So either help you digest your food or stimulate your appetite. I think, Maletti could be used for either or. I don't know which side it tends to lean on more so than the other. But they usually range about 18% alcohol. So nothing too crazy, but, there's alcohol in it. So you add that with the whiskey, and it just kind of rounds out the edges, I'd say.
I ain't mad at it. So, Mississippi, yeah, these slaves.
Yeah, that's why I said I need you to go into that.
So we just talk about how fucked up. You get into Mississippi.
So were they really slaves, or were they like?
So my family has land in the South in Jackson. So from what I've been told, my great grandparents came from the Mississippi Delta, which the Delta runs from basically, there's a valley that runs from the tip of Illinois all the way down to Louisiana. And in the part along the Mississippi River between Mississippi and Louisiana, it's called the Mississippi Delta, which in today's time is still considered to be the most southern place on Earth. Meaning that it's segregated, predominantly black towns. However, all the black people are still heavily oppressed. And so my great-grandparents moved from there to Jackson, where my whole entire family still lives today. And so we went to visit there, and we're sitting and talking with my aunt, and she was just kind of giving me a little bit of family history that I hadn't heard before. And then she said, there's still slaves in the Delta. Me and Charlie was like, what?
What the fuck?
What do you mean? And so
slaves in the Delta.
Yeah, just said it like they're down there, just like it was normal. And so, she starts telling us more about it, talking about how they got these catfish farms and cotton farms, and the black people are still like living on the land, working for these essentially plantation owners, getting paid about $10 an hour, if that.
$10 a day.
Oh,
that was a day.
$10 a day?
Yeah,
excuse me, $10 a day. And, they're basically working in exchange for housing, which is...
So they make about a couple $100 a month, but then they got to spend like $100 or so on their housing and food and all that shit. So they basically just working for free. Indentured service. Basically.
Yeah,
and then she's like, some people, she said they've been in this so long. So imagine like your grandmother was doing this, and then you raise up, your mom got raised in this house on this plantation, you got raised in this house on this plantation, so like y'all don't know nothing. Yeah, you ain't seen she said if so many people from the Delta go to the city, they ain't gonna know what the fuck to do.
Exactly.
They don't know what the fuck to do. Talk white people and black people talking all that shit, because what happened was when they ended slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation, the Delta was like a space for a lot of the slaves to run away. So there was groves of free slaves running away to the Delta. So you got groves of free slaves. Then now you got white plantation owners who come in, build these farms, and start hiring these free slaves to work on these farms, like doing this. You feel me? Because there's a bunch of them, and within these cities, they're pushing out all other like industries. So they don't want no factories, they don't want nothing, because they want everybody who lives in these cities to work on these farms. So now these cities don't have no industries besides these farms. So if you live there, you either work on these plantations or you don't work, kind of, essentially. So.
And not to mention, a lot of the farms have since closed, and they've had white flight out of the Delta as well. So now you essentially just have a bunch of cities that are just so impoverished, you don't even feel like you're in America. And these cities are 97% black most of the time.
Yeah, like there's still segregation down there. Like It is fucked up.
Like the only school or the only city that did well was a city that decided that they weren't going to segregate their schools. Any other city that had segregation, they are still like, I think top 5. One of those cities is like top 5 poorest cities in the United States, or within the top 5. There's 3 within the Delta or something crazy. Like, it's just really hard to fathom the fact that you have like Silicon Valley, you have billionaires in New York, and then you got people in the Delta in Mississippi who are making $10 a day.
Dude,
like
her grandparents' house, her grandfather's house, it was her great grandparents' house, what she was talking about, is the oldest house I've ever stepped in. I mean, the kitchen was sitting sideways, and I'm not lying. Like, you know how you got your cabinets all opposite lined up. Take your whole cabinet, just like tilt them like that, and the whole kitchen is sitting sideways. And these cabinets looks like they're from. I'll put a picture of the house and like show the farm right here because that's all picture she took. But it is the oldest house I've ever seen, and it's to the point where like her grandfather's in his 80s, and so you should be able to get like a loan from the government being that old to get your house refinished, like they do that in Louisville. But because her parents live basically in the country, but it's still in the city of Jackson. If they was like outside in the county, he could be able to get all these loans and shit to help fix up the house. Because he lives in the city, he can't get shit. And because he lives in the city, they got all this land, like the street is named after their family. So they was like, okay, we'll just pull a mobile home on the land. And he could just live in this mobile home because the house needs to be restored. It needs to be a museum because it's that old. Yeah. It needs to be a museum for their family. But because they live in Jackson, it's like city ordinance. They can't even pull a mobile home on their own land for their 80-year-old grandfather to live on. It's fucking crazy. They doing niggas wrong. Like
taking suppression to an even further level. So the roads are fucking awful.
The roads are the worst roads you've ever seen in life.
Charlie said the roads down there are worse than the roads in Jamaica.
And I thought Jamaica had the worst roads. I mean, pothole after pothole. But in Jackson, they just got holes.
My dad warned me when we was on the way down there.
Sinkholes.
My dad warned me too. He said, now the roads is bad. And I'm thinking, okay, Dad, yeah, you're just being a little overreactive. Them roads is atrocious. God. Like the first thing I said when I walked in, I said, do y'all not pay taxes down here? Like,
but listen to this. Jackson has the highest rate in America of expired tags. You know why?
You know why?
You're telling me that, yeah.
$750 for a 2016 Kia.
For your tags.
For your tags.
So if you got a 2020, you paying upwards of $1,000 for your tags. But if you cross the line into the county, it goes back down to regular prices. So like they said there's a street where if you live on this side of the street, your shit's gonna be $1,000. But if you bought that same car and lived on the opposite side of the street, just because it's a different county, your shit be like $200, $300. But the difference between them counties is Jackson mostly black, the other county mostly white. It is like fucked up.
Jackson's 83% black.
So if you got majority of the city can't pay fucking their tags because you can't tell a poor person to pay $850 for the tags. And listen to this. So I guess the city came through and did like fixed all the water pipes because it's an old ass city. Yeah. So within doing that, there was a water meter mess up. So a lot of the residents wasn't getting water bills for months and months and months. And they said residents were calling like, I need my bill. And they'd be like, oh, we'll send it to you. Eventually, they sent the bill, and they sent the bills with like 8-9 months worth of water bills and wanted people to pay immediately. After they messed up, so say you got like a $7,000 water bill, and they cut your water off because you can't pay it. But it's not, but like you can't.
You weren't able to pay
You didn't know how much to pay, so you weren't able to pay it. And they went and asked the governor for extension, trying to put people on payment plans to be like, okay, maybe pay it off in 2 years. And the governor said no. The governor said no. And we're talking about a place who just last week who finally changed their flag, which had the Confederate flag on their state flag.
We're talking about a state.
Last week
just last week they got their flag changed because it had the Confederate flag.
Their last governor's aunt was the lady that lied on Emmett Till.
Their last governor.
So like you're a direct, integral piece of like historical racism.
Like the people that's there, they don't even see. Like a California or nothing, they don't even know what's going on outside of the other world.
She said that people don't even vote there. No, they got that. They have no hope. So they don't even vote.
They have a black Senate seat and apparently he throws a fish fry every year
to get all the votes. He said he throws fish fry. He feeds all the black people.
He's been in office for like 20 years.
25 years.
25 years and has never done anything good for black people at all. But because he throws a fish fry, they vote him in every year.
They say he was by a landslide every year.
And then whenever they ask, why'd you vote for him? They're like, because he's black.
Because Mississippi's so small, so it was like, say like, the dude was talking to her uncle. It was like his grandmother, his mother was in the hospital, needed some medicine to live. So he was like $3,000. So they called the senator, whatever. I'm like, dude, we need this medicine. We ain't got the money. And he's like, ain't nothing I could do. So they said they called the white senator, the Republican. Yeah. And he paid the shit. He paid the shit for him. And then the same thing.
You, Benny.
And they said, yeah, Benny. They said you doing bad down there in Mississippi, Benny. But I don't know your last name. But Benny looked like Uncle Tom. Yeah, he said he's doing bad, and his area where he represents is the Delta.
Then she said all the doctors within the city limits that practice don't live in the city, so they have property outside the city. So their property tax goes to outside the city, while like the infrastructure of Jackson is so poor because it's just like there's no money being circulated in the economy with inside of it.
There's not even a movie theater.
There's not a movie theater, and Jackson is the capital of Mississippi, and they don't have a movie theater. The closest Kroger to my family's land is 15 minutes away, but the bed and breakfast that me and Charlie stayed in was 5 miles away. Beautiful, 7,000
which was
square foot.
It wasn't a plantation that said. It had plantation vibes.
Yeah, it wasn't a plantation per se, but it was a home with servants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Servants, huh?
So that and my family's house, 5 miles away from each other, probably built around the same time period. And to see just like the stark contrast, and even like the area that the nice place was in wasn't even a nice area. That area was shitty too, so it's almost like they're trying to make Jackson as fucked up as possible to get everything to like not exist, so that they can probably like come back in and do some crazy shit later on. Like that's my theory.
Is Jackson the biggest city in Mississippi?
Can they even?
I don't know if it's the biggest city. I actually know it's the capital, and it has.
But I feel like there's really no actual city within Mississippi.
Yeah, because like
if you think about it,
everything else is just like smaller cities. Like we was in Biloxi, which is like a baby Vegas. Like it's just a casino town. Yeah. And that's just like it's not really a city. We was in Oceanside, was right by Biloxi. That's just a small little town. There was really no big cities in Mississippi.
I don't think I've ever met anybody from Mississippi or family that lived in Mississippi. Any of that.
See, the only other state capital I've ever been to, bro, is. Well, I take that back. I've been to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was up there for like 4 days, and then Frankfurt. Yeah, I think Frankfurt's terrible.
Yeah, Frankfurt shouldn't be a capital.
Yeah, I'm like
Louisville should be the capital.
That's how I feel about Illinois or Springfield.
That's the capital.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be one.
Chicago should definitely be capital.
Springfield should not be that shit.
But even if capital cities aren't the best cities within the state, I guarantee every capital has a fucking movie theater. Like, I'm sure Frankfurt has a movie theater. Like, the fact that they don't have a movie theater is crazy to me. And then, there's a really beautiful amphitheater music venue. Mm-hmm. And I looked at the roster of shows, and it's like Keith Urban, Garth Brooks, fucking, like, Kenny Chesney. Like,
your town is 83%
black. And the nicest outdoor venue only hosts country concerts. I think they had, like, a Salt and Pepper tribute show or something.
They're scared to bring anybody else there, probably.
They're just literally not catering to their black community at all. Like, no. They're not catering there.
And you can feel it, too. So me and Charlie go to this club in Biloxi, low-key. Like, picture Coles, but in Biloxi. And, like, the energy was just, like, there was people that were dancing, and you could tell that there was people that, like, wanted to get into it, but, like, they were just so reserved. But it's, like, one of those things where it's, like, I feel like everyone in Mississippi is raised on a sense of survival, like, at all times, almost. So it's like you can't even go out and enjoy yourself because you hit 37 potholes on the way here. like damn, I fucked up all my shit trying to go have a good time. Like,
yeah, that's the worst when you mess up your car.
The club got 8 bottles on the bar. God. Like, I don't know. It's just sad to see because, like, as I read too, Mississippi's got some of the most fertile land in the country. Yeah. Like, you can literally grow all types of shit down there. My grandma's yard had pecans, pears, peaches, like, just growing out, you know, the yard, like.
And, like, there's hella culture down there. There's hella, there's probably.
Blues was born
I would
in
say
Mississippi.
the most black culture I ever seen, like, more than Atlanta, like, for real, is in Mississippi, like. Because you gotta realize that's where, like, a lot of slaves were. A lot of fucking slaves were there, and a lot of black people's shit originated from there. So it was good to be down there because you could feel the presence. Even just going from what I feel like was a plantation to going to her family's land, it was wild. It was wild. And what her family did is wild. Like how her great grandfather or mother got all this land and like divvied out piece and piece to each of her kids, and them kids divvied out piece to their kids. So there was a family with a street with all her uncles and her uncle's cousins and they kids, and it's their last name. The street's name their last name, and the whole family, like grandma here, uncle here, brother here, like her daddy got a piece of land that he could build his house on. There's like plots for everybody. I was like, that's how we gotta do it for the family, bro. Like anything they wanted to, they could put a farm on there. There's horses on the land. They got fruit on the land, but everybody's old. You know, the younger generation kids, Jig live in Louisville with the other kids. They
all
moved
my
off.
Cousins
There's no reason to stay in Jackson.
Life have moved.
You gotta leave.
New Orleans or Atlanta or, you know, elsewhere in Mississippi that's not Jackson. And it's like, you know, going there as a child, it was like this oasis. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a legit farm. Like, I wrote this story talking about fresh squeezed orange juice and chicken eggs. My mom was like, nah, that's not what that was. But that's just how, like, imaginary it was as a kid. And so to go back and see it for what it really is, it's like, that shit had me fucked up low-key.
I couldn't imagine seeing that. Y'all didn't drive past it, did y'all? Like, y'all just heard the story. Y'all didn't go, like, see for yourself.
What, the Delta?
Go to the Delta.
Hell no. Hell the fuck no. We was already in Alabama for 3 days, nigga. Come on now. Alabama, nigga.
This man was side-eyeing Charlie so hard at the gas station, he didn't even go pee.
Nah, I waited about 4 hours ago. I waited 2.5 hours to go pee, man. This nigga.
This man really was like,
They be like that, bro.
In the same gas station, somebody was checking out barefoot.
Yeah, no, they be like that, bro.
Dog, we was at this one gas station. They was selling fruit outside.
They was checking out barefoot. Yeah. They was in the store paying?
He was a brother, too. Barefoot in the gas station. You can't be doing that.
One store.
You can't be doing that.
One store. So, like, me and Jig was at the beach all day in Dauphin Island. It's in Alabama. And we didn't bring nothing. We didn't bring no water. We was unprepared. We didn't bring no water. We didn't bring no food. We at the beach for 3-4 hours, hot in the heat. So we get out the beach. We famished. We thirsty. She goes to the store to get water. I see a fruit stand. I see a nigga eating a mango. White guy eating a mango. I said, oh, I gotta get some mangoes. I go buy two mangoes. And the guy, I'm like, he's kind of slower. You feel me? He's an older guy, kind of slower though. Only 1 or 2 teeth in his mouth type shit. And he was like, $3 a mango. You feel me? But he's like, you gotta go pay them. So I go pay the people the $3. And they're like, why'd you give us so much money? I was like, your man's told me it was $3 a mango. And they turned around at him and was like, why are you telling us $3 a mango? And I'm like, hold on. And then they see me looking at him crazy. And it was like, but it was just a simple mistake. I said, if it's a simple mistake, why are you grilling the man like that? It sound like y'all was mad that he was being racist openly. Like, that's what you say, simple mistake.
He overcharged.
Yeah, I was like, nigga, he did what y'all told him to do.
Crazy though.
And he mad that he got caught. I was like, they grilled this man and they gonna look at me and it's like, oh, it's just a simple mistake.
So how much was the mangoes for real?
It was $2.
It was $2.
They was $2, and I gave him $6, and they was like, "Oh, why you giving
y'all ain't no uproar on that."
They uproared him because I feel like he was being racist openly. It was like, bro, you gotta keep that shit hidden. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, they don't want you to know.
Charge all the black people extra $1.
That shit was funny.
Man, that is terrible.
Nah, yeah, it was a time.
I don't hope that on that. I hope progression for that for the whole entire Mississippi. You said there wasn't nothing else in there that was. It was really going. You said all of it was.
Biloxi is like baby Vegas. You got an ocean right there, but you can't get in the water.
Yeah, water's gross.
The water's gross. But hey, the food though, food
is slapping.
Food slapping.
Mississippi over Alabama.
Alabama food ain't shit.
Alabama just food.
Because they ain't got no black people cooking.
They eat boiled peanuts in Alabama.
Yeah, the boiled.
Actually, I will say that I have had good food in Mobile. I'm sure Birmingham's probably got some shit. But Gulf Shores,
nah,
where all the white people go to the beach and eat
Nah, shit.
Whatever the closest restaurant is to them.
Bro, it kind of killed morale, bro. Like, you had like 3-4 bad meals. It's kind of like just kill your morale. Like,
and we was eating so good,
and we was eating great in New Orleans and Biloxi.
And then you go to there and 3 in a row? Nah.
I had the worst salad I think I've ever had in my life.
That's the first time I've heard
and I'm like, how do you fuck up a salad?
I heard the worst salad in my life. That's the first time I've heard that.
That exists.
Like, how do you fuck up a side salad? Like,
side salad?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
That's just out the bag.
It was. I don't think they used a bit of seasoning, and they had seasoning in the description on the menu too, and they didn't use none of it.
Yeah, it was bad though. But Drizzle, let's get into Drizzle. Yeah, go do your research on the fucking Mississippi Delta and what's going on in Mississippi and raise some awareness. Raise some awareness to that shit.
Yeah, if you see a lot of Mississippi advocacy.
Oh, and the worst part we did say,
she
said they protested one day in Jackson, Mississippi.
And they're the most oppressed. Like,
they're
so oppressed they don't even realize they're oppressed. I feel
they think it's just life.
They don't know no better.
It's life.
You better, you do better.
It's just these are the cards I was dealt type shit. So, unless you can really be rewarded with education and the ability to change your perspective and get out and say, hold up. But if you stay in Mississippi and you never leave, you don't even know what's really happening.
The internet is just the internet until you see it in real life. Like,
that's true. So,
and if your social networks on the internet are people that you communicate with in the city, you probably don't see anything unless you follow celebrities, and then that just seems so out of touch.
Yeah, it looks like some celebrity
So shit. Everyone really truly is products of their environment, and if that's your environment, you're gonna grow up accustomed to that. So,
and it's such to say, just as blacks are a product of their environment, when you deal the backhand, these racist motherfuckers are also products of their environment, because we in Alabama listening to this white guy telling his about 8-9-year-old white son that how he would shoot the fucking black servant. Why are
they were accusing the black housekeeper of stealing shit, or they were confused as to why she was rummaging through their things in the condo or something. And said, "Well, if she would have stole something, I would have shot her." And I'm like, "Oh my god,
why are you talking to
I am an earshot. They don't give a fuck." You turn around, kids is like,
I seen a video of a white woman saying to a group of protesters, "I'm gonna teach my grandkids to hate you. I'm gonna teach my that shit." Should be illegal. You should have there should be jail time with that.
But that's what it is.
Considered hate speech.
Karen Act.
Let's take this shot, man.
Oh, that Karen Act.
Like we said, go do your research on this Delta, and
shoot it up to the Karen Act. Then we're gonna get into this Karen Act if y'all don't know about it.
Let's get into the homie Drizzle real quick.
Oh yeah.
They talking about the act where if they call and it's a false report or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What do they call it?
That's overdue though. It should have been in action.
Caution against racially exploitative non-emergencies.
Okay, so it is with a C. I thought that was a typo, but that's funny to
Karen.
me.
They couldn't do Karen. Karens would have, they would have fucked some shit up if it would.
But I thought that's what it was. That's what's funny.
No, that's the
Karen. Because it's a Karen ass thing too. They definitely had a play on words with that one.
But if you don't know Drizzle took over a role in the city that nobody had been really doing. He started interviewing a lot of local creatives and artists and just giving people a platform, not just to rap and shit, to put their creative, just to talk. And you feel me? That was kind of inspiration to do this. You feel me? I announced the show on his when he interviewed me the first. You feel me? So how'd you get into this?
Man, I think the first podcast I did, my homie Tyler, he was like, "Man, you trying to do a podcast?" It was 2012, early 2013. He was like, "You trying to do a podcast?" I was like, I guess, you feel me? So he set up a mic and we recorded one little episode, probably 15 minutes. We didn't post it, we just test run.
15-minute episode? Shit.
Yeah, it was just something quick. We didn't know what we was doing for real. We had a mic. We just had identity. Is identity on the thing? I forgot what it's called, but we had a little program, a mic.
Audacity.
Audacity, yeah, that's what it is. And we was just talking shit for 15 minutes, and then we didn't post it, but we made it. And so after that, I said, I'm going to do something on my own. So I got a SoundCloud, and I made like 2 or 3 podcasts on my phone and posted on SoundCloud, and I was talking about Louisville sports. You feel me? I did that, and then after that, I did like 2 video interviews, and then I just stopped fucking with shit. School, you know what I'm saying? School got in the way, you feel me? School, chicks, whatever. I just stopped hearing. So by like 15, my homie hit me. He was like, bruh, let's do a podcast. And I was like, shit. I got some type of knowledge about it. You feel me? I got the computer. I got the mics. All right, bet, let's run it. So we did a podcast for like a year and a half. And it was dope. We had a lot of people on there. A lot of people came on. Play was on a couple times. Braxton, out here. You know what I'm saying? Just people in the city. You know what I'm saying? That we liked. And we tapped in with them. But we did that for like a year and a half. I moved to Lex. And my homie was telling me, he was like, bro, you need to get on camera. He was like, you need to do YouTube. He was like, you need to do YouTube. And what's that platform that where like people can like subscribe but they gotta pay? It's called Patreon. So he was telling me about this like 2 years ago. He was like, bro, get on Patreon. He was like, that's where it's gonna eventually transfer over to. It's gonna be YouTube, but stuff's gonna transfer over to Patreon because people gonna start having to subscribe to watch his stuff. I was all right, best. Let me get on camera. So I copped the camera, got the rest of the equipment, and originally it was just gonna be I was gonna have my homie. He was gonna ask me the questions. That's why the show was Opinionated Facts. The first show on the YouTube channel was Opinionated Facts because he was asking me the questions. He was behind the camera.
Okay.
He was talking to me, so
It would just be random questions.
Yeah, he was whatever. I was like, bro, just come with some questions to ask me. We gonna shoot the shit. You feel me? So like the first 2-3 episodes was like that, but then he went down to Louisiana to do a campaign last year, and so he's down there, and I'm like, bro, I can't do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to go find another guest or host because then y'all schedules got to meet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I tried doing another podcast after one I did down here up in Lex. People's schedules wouldn't meet up. You feel me? So I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it by myself. So I was like, man, what if I interview people? And so that's when I just started this shit, reaching out, seeing who pull up, seeing who I can go to who. Yeah, bro, it's been smooth. I got my other 2 shows. I got another show I'm coming out with. It's called Drizzle Stamp of Approval, where I'm gonna play like 3 or 4 songs that people submit to me, let them know if I'm fucking with it. And then I got my other show. It's called The Problem and the Solution. Pretty much I just picked up where kind of off the original idea of Opinionated Facts. Instead of somebody asking me questions, I just come with like a topic or 2, shoot it for like 15 minutes, and then it's over. You know what I'm saying? And then I got some other people I want to do some work with, where I'm gonna like produce like shows, but I'm gonna put it on my page. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like a collab situation, but I'm kind of more so getting into my producer hat. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I want to do. I don't want to be on camera. Like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be heard. I don't want to be seen. I want to be behind the scenes. You feel me? That's always what I wanted to do.
That's a real different perspective. You rarely hear that.
Yeah. So it's like.
Usually do it for the popularity.
Yeah. I don't want to be on camera. That's why when I do my interviews, I'm not on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm purposely like I don't want to be on camera with you, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, this is you doing your shit. You feel me? I do what I do for me type. Well, I gotta get on camera, but eventually I want to get it to where I can give these shows that I have to other people, but it stays on my platform. You know what I'm saying? It stays on my channel. That's why it's SSD TV Network, because I want to have multiple shows. You feel me? And like I said, I want to get to the point where I'm not on the camera at all. You know what I'm saying? Drizzle Stamp of Approval might only do 10 or 15 episodes. You feel me?
Is it gonna be just local, or are you going like?
No. I got it anywhere. I don't care where you from. You know, when it comes to this, you send me whatever. I had some people send me some stuff. I'll probably record an episode this week, and see how I'm just trying to figure out the right way how I want to do. I don't know if I want to make it an exclusive IGTV, like don't put it on YouTube, just straight IGTV for it, or do both. Or what I did think about doing was mixing it with my other show, The Problem and the Solution, where like on the back end, I do my stamp of approval. You know what I'm saying? So I still do The Problem and the Solution show, but I have a segment where it's stamp of approval. So I just haven't decided how I want to present it yet.
Because you said you only want to do like 4 songs or something like that.
Yeah. It's gonna be about 4 songs, and I'm also not decided on the approach, because my original approach, I had an original show for 2 years ago. It's called Trash or Stash, where I was gonna say if your song was trash or if I was gonna keep it in the tuck. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man,
take real
and I was like, and I was like, first of all, my word is nothing. Like I'm just a nigga with a microphone and a camera, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't want people to think like my word is like.
When you was doing it, was you like giving like, all right, that's trash because
I mean,
like that's just, I ain't gonna say it is, but like. In a sense, it could definitely be taken as just hating if you just say that's trash for no reason. That's just weak. That's weak. If you don't got no reason behind it, then a nigga's gonna take that as you hating.
Yeah. So like that was what the show was gonna be at first, but I had a situation last year where this dude, he hit me up, he emailed me and he DM'd me like simultaneously, and I was like, damn, I got an email, and then it was like, boom, I got the DM. I was like, damn, I got a DM. I was like, who the fuck? And I looked, and it was from the same person. He was like, hey, I make music. I want to do an interview. At that time, I was running off 3 or 4 interviews a week. You feel me? So when he hit me, I was like, man, if I can squeeze him in, I'm gonna squeeze him in. So I was like, I'm gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's set something up. So we set up a date and everything. But I had so much other people's music that I had to listen to, plus work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't listen to his music. I didn't listen to his music until the day of. And so I tell that back. I listened to the initial song he sent, but then he sent me his project. So he sent me his project. I didn't listen to the project to the day of. So I'm at work driving, and I turn on his project, and it was horrible. Like, bruh, I listen, and not horrible in the sense like it was bad music, but it sounded like he was rapping through a wet sock. Like, I don't know what.
To the studio,
yeah, like it was just like he recorded it at the crib on his phone. I don't know what he did. The song, and I should have knew, because the song that he sent me, the single, the picture for the single, bruh, it was a picture of his SoundCloud. Of the song. So like not of like his SoundCloud page. Like people do that, like they'll try to show their tracks. Yeah. He took a picture of the song being played, and that was the cover. So it didn't process till after I listened to the album. I said, hold on, I went back. I said, oh my God. I said, bruh, you've been sitting on this for a week, and you didn't like look at the signs. You can't interview this kid, bro. You know, I was like, you can't bring him on your platform, even though it's a small platform. You can't bring him on there to your world, present him to your world, and people go check him out, and they're like, bro, what is this? Like, I have a certain level of credibility.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so I had to hit him. I said, hey, bro, you feel me? I checked out the project, and it's not good. You know what I'm saying? No. But I didn't. I wasn't saying. I'm like, bro, it's not good, and not to be rude. I was like, because the single that you sent was good. I can tell you can rap, but this album, bro, what did you do? It sounds bad. You feel me? Like, and I was like, bro, if you need help linking with people, I know some people. I ain't saying I know the right people, but I know some people, bro. I'm like, look, if you need some help getting into a studio, getting with an engineer, whatever, a producer, I was like, I can help you, but we can't do this interview today, bro. I was like, I'm sorry, I got to cancel, bro. I've never canceled. We have to cancel, bro. And I felt bad, you feel me? And it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wifey always says, like, you too harsh. And once I had that conversation with little bro, because like I could tell he was mad because like he was responsive. It's like, all right, cool. Short and direct. So I was like, this nigga's mad. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell like, okay, maybe I came off harsh, but I was like, damn, like somebody had to tell him. Yeah. I was like, because I don't think nobody was telling him.
See, and that's a major problem. Like homies are just they ain't trying to be real with that nigga. They yes men's with him, so they'll say like, no, stop rapping, bro. You need to go get a job somewhere. Because, some artists need to be told that.
I feel like yes man need to quit. Like yes man is a good thing because you gotta get your homie confidence.
That's a fact.
But your yes should only be yes when it needs. So it's either stay the fuck quiet or only say yes when it's necessary. Like don't be saying yes to everything. The silence speaks a lot. If I'm in there rapping and Drop ain't saying nothing, I'm gonna keep on rapping, keep on figuring out a hook, and be like, oh yeah, that's what hit me. I'm like, that's the type of yes man I need. Don't give me confirmation on every fucking thing.
Like I used to have people in my life. I'm a producer. I make beats. I used to have people in my life like, you know what I'm saying? Every single beat I play. Oh yeah, this hard, bro. Yeah, this hard. This hard. All right, cool. I know I played you a weak one. You know what I'm saying? One of them was weak. Charlie, he don't hold no bars. Like I feel like I made some of the hardest beats in my life. And he'd be like, all right, cool. You know, play the next one. I need something harder. You know, I heard this beat 12 times already. It's the hardest beat I done made. You know what I'm saying? But that just keep me on my P's and Q's. I gotta come harder. Cool, but
you gotta tell people that. Cause
you gotta be real.
It is hard though, cause I have a lot of people coming to me want me to hear their music and shit, and I can't never be like, oh, that shit trash. I usually be like, who make the beat? I just do some shit just like deflect from them rapping and shit. Oh, where you
have your secret away now?
Where you record that at?
See, that be the problem when people don't even record. Like people feel like either A, they homie can engineer as good as, you know, in the city, Saint or Slick, you know what I'm saying, something like that, or they can do it as good as. I'm not gonna pay $50, $60 an hour to go to the studio when my nigga can do it for free. And no, your nigga. The worst thing
The worst thing when a motherfucker comes, I'd be like, yeah, I rap. And I'd be like, send me something. Oh, I ain't recording nothing yet. Who do you think I am? You think I'm Diddy or something? You think I'm just choosing niggas out the slums and about to change their life? Nigga, my shit ain't even popped off yet. Like,
you supposed to hear the 16 he got for you live.
My favorite's when we're at the bar and people walk up to Charlie and just start freestyling.
Yeah, he's on live 16, bro.
And Charlie's like, I'm just trying to enjoy my drink, bro.
Like, for real, bro, this is not goddamn Rap and Flow. What's that Netflix show? Rhythm and Flow. Motherfuckers be thinking I'm a chance to rap on that motherfucker. Like, nigga, just because I be promoting my shit, I am not the biggest nigga. What I am doing, you could do too. Like, you could get the mic, you could get the info, you get the speakers and record in your crib. I'm the type of nigga, if I know a nigga who can rap, I'm gonna invite him over to the crib and let's make some music. But I'm not no nigga you just come to in the goddamn club, spit your 16 about old nonsense. I had a nigga come to me in the club, bro. This is real shit. It was like, I rap, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you got some music out? He's like, nah, I ain't got shit. So why you telling me? So I said, nigga, I said, spit something then. Spit something. The nigga pulls out his phone, goes to his notes, and hands me his notes. Hand me his notes.
I'm supposed to read these.
I'm supposed to read this rap?
How you write it? I'm rapping it how you... That's the last thing I could... I'm not going to read your bars, bro.
Let's get up out of here.
No, that was... That is when you be honest. You don't even got to be the homie. You
People need to work on their elevator speeches.
Prepared. You got to come prepared. You can't...
You just can't hand a nigga your phone.
Come on.
Don't work.
What they say, success is what preparation meets opportunity. So you got to be prepared, like... If I walk up on Top Dog, Q, what's his name, P from QC, anybody, I'm prepared. I got work, I got catalog, I got everything. Yeah. Don't be walking up.
I can pull up. I might not have the best beat that I got, you know what I'm saying, but I got 4 or 5 smashes that you gonna need, you know. Yeah.
And it ain't
Charlie. He can pull up. I know he can pull up. Either he freestyling or he can pull up a verse that cool. Jig, I know Jig, you just move around great. Eric?
Yeah. Preparation.
Prepared as fuck.
That's why like motherfuckers be like, how do y'all get certain things to do? How you get certain shit to happen? Motherfuckers are prepared. Motherfuckers ain't wishing, ain't hoping. Like when you hope, you leave room for failure. So like, quit hoping that a nigga put you in the studio. Go get in the studio.
Just go get in the studio.
When people, that's a lot of when the opportunity comes, that's where the fear comes. Oh shit, is my shit good enough? Oh man, and maybe it's not, so I'm not gonna go up at that moment. That's
I feel like as a creative, you never feel like you have to ask yourself, is is it good enough? Like, I feel like you shouldn't do that because I feel like that kind of like that hinders the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just put it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's hard, like, especially like when you know you did some bullshit. You're like, oh my God, this is not good. Like, I'm not feeling this episode, but I'm gonna put it out there because a lot of times, bro, I'll be doing my interviews. I'll be like, man, this interview was fire. I know it's about to go up, and it don't really do too well. But then one that I didn't think was gonna do too well, go crazy, and I'm like, bro, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it's almost like you don't want to be like your harshest judge, like the harshest person to judge yourself, but you kind of
for real,
you gotta be the hardest person on yourself.
You got silence because you are the hardest person on yourself. So,
but you gotta be realistic though. You gotta understand that like it's almost like having your opinion on music. For like, you might feel like this artist is XYZ, but that doesn't mean that everybody feels like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be like, my word isn't bond. Like, I know people might fuck with what I say. They got that, like, my opinion, but at the end of the day, like, that just because I say it don't mean that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Go back to the situation you were saying. Like, even though he might play the beat, he thought his hardest beat, and I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
So the playing bump come over, he play that same beat.
Take that to the next man,
and they like, oh, this is the one. So it's like, yeah, you gotta be able to listen to people, take that shit in, but you also has to have the confidence yourself to be like, nah, this is it.
Because what about it made him say nah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what about it? Like, was it not the drums? Was it not, like, what about this beat made you say no?
Because everything ain't for everybody. Like, motherfucker don't like my music, cool. Play it for your homeboy. He might. Play it for your homegirl. She definitely gonna like it.
It's like, prime example, Patrick Mahomes just signed for $500 million, bro.
Ooh,
so look, it's crazy.
Who you signed to? Tesla.
There you go. See, but look, and that's the thing.
People,
it's people who are like sitting there like, man, but was that a good deal? And they looking at all the negatives of it. They looking at, well, okay, for the first 2 or 3 seasons, he's not making $40 million. He's making what he's making now, his 16. And then it kicks in, and it's a year behind. XYZ, blah 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 blah. It's not really $500 million. It's $200, and it's just like, hey, bro, like, I'm still trying to figure out how you would say anything bad about somebody making over $1 billion. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, over, not over $1 billion, but they're making a quarter. He's gonna make either a quarter to a half of $1 billion within the next 10 years, and that's just off his contract. We ain't talking about endorsements.
They about to keep him for 10 years though.
See, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
then that's when shit's going. The whole contract switches up then, don't it? Because they're not gonna keep him for 10 years.
If he's winning, he's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he got. I ain't gonna say he's not.
But like,
that's
as long as they win 2 more, because it's an investment on both sides. You gotta look at the Chiefs. Like, they ain't won nothing since nothing. You know you feel what I'm saying? And so they look, and so they're looking like at Patrick Mahomes almost like how the Cavs should look at LeBron, and it's like, bro, you don't get this type of person here like that. Like, we pretty much, the Chiefs are like, bro, we got the greatest quarterback of all time. Like, he's looking like, if he keeps this up, he's gonna go down as the GOAT. They looking like,
oh, we got ourselves.
We have the franchise now. Exactly, so we can build around him. Why not re-sign you for 10? Bro, he could have asked for 15 years. He would have got it, bro. Yeah. He could have said, "Give me 10% of the team." You got it, bro. Like, you can have whatever you want because we're giving you $500 million, but we're gonna make way more than that just because we had, just almost like the Warriors with Steph. The Warriors became the most profitable NBA franchise in 6 years,
and they probably was the worst before that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't that high. You feel me? And they just blew up.
I seen something that said Dale Curry persuaded the Warriors not to draft Steph Curry
because he didn't want him on that team.
Yeah, because of Monte and shit. Yeah, the dynamics of it. They thought he was gonna go to New York. That's what they wanted. They wanted to go to the Knicks. You feel me? But Knicks took Jordan Hill instead.
Bad take, Knicks.
So the basketball is like that. They have it scheduled to resume, or
first. Since we gonna talk about basketball, We all got shout out Jamal Crawford. I don't know who he got signed to.
The Nets.
The nigga say he back in the league.
And Mike Beasley though. You gotta give up big ups to Mike Beasley.
And they picked up Beasley.
Them is 2 walking buckets right there.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's 2 walking buckets
that's a fact.
right there. For real.
That's a fact. I mean, but
I've been watching Mike Beasley highlights for real, like literally on hoop mixtapes and Ballers Lives.
I mean, I've seen that nigga since he was
ninth
in high
grade.
school.
Now Beasley's a bucket, bro. Beasley's one of them dudes. Only thing is like you got to keep him locked in for 82 games, bro. Like he's on some different.
He got that
shit.
Robin mindset.
Yeah, bro. Like
he's living life.
Yeah,
he's
bro.
living life. He ain't just completely dialed in on hoop.
I think he's just a gangster nigga. I think he's just a thug nigga, man.
He's living.
Yeah.
Come on.
He definitely got some Robin.
There's few niggas that's LeBron that's just completely dialed into
basketball, Kobe, shit like that.
It's few of them, man.
And then you got some niggas that's out here. They just. You know what I'm saying? They James Harden. You feel me? They go to the strip club after the game. They might go to the strip club before the game.
First of all, I read something about Kawhi Leonard only being 29 years old. And if he's only 29, he might go down as the greatest basketball player ever.
I mean, if the Clippers win the ship this year and he gets Finals MVP, he's definitely in that discussion. Definitely in that discussion.
He already got
game 30. And
it's gonna be. So everybody's gonna play 8 games. So I think it's 19 teams. I think it's 10 on the West and 9 on the East, or 11 on the West and 8 on the East, or whatever. But each team's gonna play 8 games. Mm-hmm. Then after those 8 games, if the 9th seed is within 3 games of the 8th seed, there will be a play-in game, and then we'll go from there.
And when is it supposed to start?
The 30th.
30th.
Yeah, of this month.
I think
the first game. I think the Lakers play.
We over it. NBA, we are over it.
Nah, y'all.
Scratch the shit.
There's bigger shit at hand right now.
Scratch the shit.
But like we said, like what was said. If LeBron's playing, everybody's
playing.
No matter what.
Pat Bev said that.
Was it Pat Beverly? I ain't know.
Pat Bev said, bro,
if LeBron's playing,
we playing.
So is it not like responsible for him to say?
Come on.
No.
Who, LeBron?
I think LeBron shouldn't play.
He should. And look. At the same time, he got an obligation to get the bag that he's obligated
y'all.
He already got a bag. He got a $50 million bag.
No, but look, hold on. I'm glad y'all are saying this, bro, because over the years, don't get me wrong, everybody applauds LeBron for everything he does off the court with the honest school and.
He's a great he's the role model and
everything. Even set up his homies to be his manager and his business partners, and they got the TV shows and the deal with Showtime and all phenomenal, bro. You feel me? Clutch Sports, great. But I feel like he kind of missed his moment with this shit because, for one, when he said what he said to Drew Brees, okay. Why didn't you say this in 2016, the first time, or 17, the first time he said it? You're saying it now because everybody's saying something.
What did Drew Brees say?
Drew Brees said, I'll never kneel for the flag. I respect the country. The same old white shit that all these old white niggas say. So he says that for the second time. Everybody, Michael Thomas gets on him. You feel me? So once all these other people get on him, it's safe for me to say something to him. You look at the situation where Trump says Steph couldn't come to the White House, and Steph said, I'm not going to the White House. Then after that, Brian calls Trump a bum. You look at all these situations, bro, and I feel like this is the moment where he should have said, we're not playing basketball.
Yeah.
For the simple fact is that you've been building this brand that you're that dude. Like people mention you with he's Ali, and people mention you off the Ali wouldn't play. Ali went to jail.
He'd have been the first
for what he
one
stood.
to
You know what I'm saying? Through his medals in the river, and it's just like, bro, I'm not gonna tell no man how he should give it up or whatever. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. If it was me, I probably hoop. I'm in the bubble. I'm hooping. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Tonight,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hooping. I'm in the bubble. But at the same time, if I'm LeBron and if I built this somewhat type of identity where people look at me like you're the biggest athlete in the world and you are somewhat of a social activist. You talk about the stuff. You support it. You do things. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like with everybody knowing if everybody knowing what that the NBA is gonna play or not play based off you gotta take that stance Kyrie took. And even though Kyrie did it out of some ill will, he wasn't wrong.
Nah, Kyrie wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong. You feel me? Now he might have felt that way because they say you can't go.
That would have been the statement.
And that's what I'm saying. If Brian said what Kyrie says, we're not having this conversation.
That's the statement that needs to be made.
That's
and
it.
Now there's the uproar of, oh shit, we gotta really do something because now basketball's not happening for the next until LeBron says so.
Exactly. And I understand that. Even though I get the whole aspect, people saying, they're under contract, like they have to play, like they're under contract. They didn't, but it would have came with a sacrifice to the CBA. But at the same time, it's like I said, if you Brian, bruh, I want to see NBA back. But if you Brian, you got to take that stance and be like, I'm not hooping. And everybody knows that there's no KD this year. So everybody knows, like, NBA, they want LeBron. NBA wants LeBron in the finals. Yeah. Like that's facts. You know what I'm saying? Like they want
Warriors ain't in it.
You gotta have LeBron in the mix. So it's like if Brian says I'm not playing, they might as well. The NBA is gonna be like it's gonna be a loss of money anyways.
Well,
my thing is it's like you're talking about an organization and people who have tremendous amounts of money. Facts. Like them taking some time off ain't gonna hurt any of that shit.
Well, some of the younger players, yeah, but the vets.
So then, is it not responsibility of the older players with money to help keep those circles afloat?
Association of players.
Yeah, there's a players association.
Like, there's so much money within it to where they can sustain themselves long enough to keep people healthy.
Then that person's not doing this anymore, and
it's not about the play. It's like because you got all these players are workers for somebody else. So that person, like, if you tell your boss I ain't working today, you might not have a job.
I just feel like the organization as a whole has enough money to sustain itself have a break so that people can be healthy.
But it's this thing called greed.
I know. That's the worst fucking part about it.
And so it's like
that's the worst part.
Going.
Yeah, and it's almost like with college sports. So like these universities, I was just telling somebody today that these universities are broke. Like they live off government assistance and athletics.
Each year,
that's it. You know what I'm saying? And the education system is losing money. Like it's a black hole. Most colleges are broke. A lot of these colleges and universities, they will not survive if there is no football season, no basketball season, and possibly another no football season. Like it's bad enough there was no NCAA tournament this year. Like that was a hit.
Yeah.
Like they took a hit, but they're looking at it like, oh, we'll be playing next. There will be a tournament next year. Like, I'm thinking, but if there's no basketball again, we're gonna see a lot of these universities close. Like they're gonna be done, bro, because they have, unless the government gives them a handout,
which they should, but they won't.
They're gonna die, bro, because a lot of these schools literally live off athletics, bro. If you don't have, there's no way you can't play sports. Like they have no money coming in. They're just land, you feel me? With education, but education losing money, bro. Like nobody's gonna stay on campus. All the students are gonna be online. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So there's no room board on campus. Tuition's probably not as much because people like, man, some people gonna look at it and say instead of doing online at U of L, I'm gonna go to just JCTC and take the same classes for cheaper. Mm-hmm. Why would I go to U of L for online classes? Program. I got to do it for a whole year. I'm gonna just transfer over. You know what I'm saying? The Kentucky shit. So it's like they're gonna lose money in there. Nobody's gonna be on campus. Lose money in that, and then they're gonna lose no money. No athletics, bro.
But it's like that's what's fucked up by making education like a product of a capitalistic system, because it shouldn't be rooted in capitalism because it's education. Like once you start adding in all these different businesses that keep it afloat, such as athletics, like there's no reason why the basketball team got a fresh fit every time they step out, but I gotta buy Scantrons when I had to take a test.
It makes no sense.
Like,
makes no
I gotta go buy my own Scantron to take this test, but the basketball players got an Adidas sponsorship. Like, I'm confused. So, you are right. Like, it does break down all the way down to that, but it's like the fact that we've got to this point as a society not being able to sustain ourselves in a time of crisis. A time of crisis that's also like, the first crisis in this way that we've experienced, and it's not even that bad to where we should be in the positions that we're in. It's just there's no foundation of like a security net. Yeah. Like the security net is blanket, whatever, is not there. And like this whole thing has shown that.
Well, I mean, the country's built on, you know what I'm saying, the working person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're all numbers, bro. Like at the end of the day, like we're just numbers, bro. And we keep this country afloat because of the working man. But when everybody stops working, you see what happens. Like
they lose it.
Like, bro, if nobody went to Vegas,
a national crisis, they're still wanting to open this shit up just to keep shit going.
Yeah, because of money. I mean, just imagine if nobody went to Vegas for like 2 or 3 months. Like that city would probably would fall apart because it's built off people coming and going. And
that's what I had that realization. I think it might have been yesterday or probably today. Is that America, a lot of shit is built on mass gatherings.
Facts.
So for the fact, like even when it comes to factories, to sports games, to concerts, to a lot of the things that keep this shit moving are mass gatherings. So if we can't have mass gatherings, that shuts down the shit like completely. Like there's nothing we can do. And it turns out like there's slaves in the Delta, but we all slaves too, for real. Like for real, like cause
we still employees.
Yeah, we employees. And we not making livable wages. So
on a different side, I hope that it gets good because they're like, you know, during all of this shit, like with the protests and all of that, there's been folks like athletes going to a lot of HBCUs and shit now. So like, could you see, let's say, who went to Howard and
Miss Maker McCord?
Yeah. I fuck with that.
He goes to Howard, so now. And there was somebody else.
There's a couple of them.
Troy, somebody was supposed to go to another HBCU. So with that, so let's say like Kentucky got 9 out of the 100 recruits. Let's say them 9 recruits go to Howard instead. You know what I'm saying? Is that going to take away Kentucky's money, and that's going to take it to
not immediately. Like I had this conversation. They were talking about just college athletes doing it. It's definitely doable for basketball.
Yeah.
Like basketball, you can see a turnaround within the next 3 to 5 years if all the top recruits started making that transition.
They need to.
Football would be a lot more harder to reverse just because football is more of an institution and like the players go to these universities to be built and bred into NFL athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you got some players who play as freshmen, but they're that. You know what I'm saying? They're really that good. Most people don't play until their second year. You know what I'm saying? Second, third year, and even with you going to the league, you know what I'm saying? Basketball, you can go 1 year. Football, you have to play 3 years. Like you can't leave before your junior season. You know what I'm saying? And that's more so of a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think football would be a lot more harder to switch that tide, but basketball for sure. Like if this transition picks up over the next 3 to 5 years, you'll definitely see that. You'll see the shift because the TV money will start to come in, and it'll be like, okay, well, Howard has 3 of the 15 players in the country and 2 in the top 5. So we need to get them on TV.
Yeah, so imagine like Zion going to Howard or something like that. They would be on TV.
Exactly. So maybe not the first year. It'd be like, damn, like they didn't get a lot of TV time. But that second, third, and fourth year, like if you look at like
Howard versus Clark,
on who they got.
Well, the reason why I say the first year is because TV deals and stuff are made ahead of time.
Yeah,
and so it's like you're not gonna take Howard versus.
But how are they going to count that if the number one person and the person who's buzzing on,
so what they'll do,
Instagram or whatever the basketball sites is, if they're going crazy on that, how are they going to not show that on that?
So what ESPN will do, they'll put them on ESPN3. You know what I'm saying? The online shit. So where if you get on the app, you can still watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that TV, like those contracts, like you're not bumping Duke in North Carolina for Moorhead versus anybody. Yeah. Like, you know, like that's just not like, no matter who they have, like it's Duke versus North Carolina, it's Kentucky versus Duke. Like those games they're set in stone. Right?
But
like,
in 2-3 years, if you got
that's what I'm saying. Like
Clark Leonard versus Howard got.
You
5
can definitely get that.
to 6
you can definitely
top
get
10 players
and 4 here.
Yeah.
You know,
that's worth. And you gotta realize with the black player like most of the players and the best players are black.
Right.
So if if majority of them
sport.
start going to the HBCUs,
oh yeah, you'll definitely see a shift.
Yeah,
you'll see a shift. But that's what I'm saying for basketball.
But with football, the coach is gonna have to go. You're gonna need the black coaches to go.
There's been a decline in football, like everybody that you know, like really. Football, yeah, there's folks that watch it, do fantasy football, all of that, but it's not as popular as buzzing as 3 years ago, and then it's not as, and 3 years ago wasn't as popular as 5 years ago.
I wouldn't say that because when they implemented the playoff situation, bro, the playoff and the BCS, like they're two of the greatest sports media heists every year. Every year, it's always gonna be who got left out. Should we expand the playoffs from 4 teams to 8 teams? Or maybe we should do 12. Well, 12 is too much. And then it's always a debate. It's always a debate. It's always a competition. Same thing with the BCS.
Marketing move, though.
But that's what I'm saying. So every year we know we're going to get these BCS or playoff debates, bro. And I feel like college football, honestly, they bring in so much money. Like basketball does too.
There's more talk. Well, when I said that, I was speaking more so as the NFL. There's more talks of college football, honestly, than the NFL. The NFL is not what it was.
The NFL got. Oh, it's going after we take the shot. Bring up a new
3 years ago. It's not what 3 years ago. It's not what it was 5 years ago. It's not what it was.
The NFL got canceled with the whole Kaepernick situation, and she had wrote down a topic we take out the shot about the whole cancel culture that we going through right now. How easy for shit is to cancel. How do y'all feel about
cancel culture?
Let's take this shot real quick. So,
does it depend? Does it matter who's canceling or?
Well, just should people be canceled based upon one incident?
So the NFL got canceled because of the whole Kaepernick treatment, dude. And I feel like that was a right cancel. Like I really didn't watch the NFL besides maybe Super Bowl or here and there games. I seen Lamar Jackson playing or something. But let's think of things that got canceled. Like they said, you said J.K. Rowling just got canceled.
J.K. Rowling got canceled.
Terry Crews got canceled.
Now he needed to be.
Yeah, Terry Crews talked too much.
Yeah, he needs to shut up for like a day or two.
J.K. Rowling,
okay, so that's what you say. So you say he needs to shut up for a day or two. But does that mean people should never pay interest to what he does ever again?
Cancel. I say
for him
is forever. It's just like
I say for him because he doesn't. He's coming off as somebody as like he should know better because of the past incident he had where I guess the director dude grabbed his nuts. Like he should be a little more aware to the situation. It's almost like he's
kissing ass or something.
Yeah, and it's just like, and even I'm not even that type of person, but it's like, bro, you kind of should just not say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you can have these thoughts and not put it on Twitter, and like you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't help that is his wife white?
She's black. She's black, but she's just light skinned.
Okay, because I thought somebody said he had a white wife.
Nah, she's
but it just doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? That he had an incident with the white dude touching his private parts at the party.
He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing, and now it's like, oh, you guys relax. You know what I'm saying? Don't say Black Lives Matters because now you're becoming the oppressor. And it's like, hold on, bro. Like, that's a systematic thing. Like, I don't, like, that's not so much of a hashtag. Like, that's a little more deeper than that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should just, stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, but just think in your head. And so, like, for him specifically, I would understand if he got canceled.
Yeah. And he got realized too, his, like, white people watch him, but they don't love him like black people did. Like, he was in these black movies, like
Friday, white chicks.
White people know white chicks.
He's definitely
they do white chicks. They do know white chicks.
And white chicks housewives.
And they know Brooklyn 911. You know what I'm saying? They watch that shit.
Yeah, he need to shut up.
Yeah.
But who else things that got canceled? I feel like everything been getting canceled lately.
Well, like Heine Brothers, if you want to get on a local level.
And they got some good pizza bagels.
Dog, they got the fire banana Chaiberg shits. Like, those are my jam.
They fund the police.
They
fund the police. They help fund the police.
See, but that's the thing, though. Like,
they didn't want their employees wearing any kind of BLM forward clothing.
So when I see that, it's like, okay, yes, y'all, it's great. I love it, but I love all the coffee, but at the same time, I see. As a whole, your company and what you all represent, I should not support.
Yeah.
I don't need to go. I haven't been since. So you know what I'm saying.
Fireworks, man.
So, you know what I'm saying?
4th of July and Juneteenth is over.
Man, no, people still go like, I ain't get my kids since 4th of July. It's the 10th. I'm gonna still pop these fireworks.
No, stop that shit. But so listen. So okay. So like with Heine Brothers, for example, say they come out and say, "Hey, I'm sorry for saying this about the shirts. Like they can actually wear whatever we want. We know that we're sorry." And then let's say hypothetically they withdrew all their money from LMPD and reallocated it to somewhere else. Do you then still go spend your money?
Yeah, we subscribe.
You would have made
so you want to forgive?
And we see efforts.
So here goes.
Well, it's one mistake, but
if you don't fix your mistake, then you stay canceled. But if you fix your mistake, cool. So like as Baxter's been canceled. Mm-hmm. But now they got a new general manager who says she took away the dress code. She's apologizing for all the shit that happened and shit.
I feel like
she's got on the security. She's changed up security and all that shit.
Yeah, there's a new GM and
she's trying to get some new ownership, new management. So she's trying to switch up the culture. So because she said, do we go back there? Do we give her a chance?
Well, see, that's the thing. It is.
I mean, if it's new
ownership,
you should change the name then.
I agree.
If you should change the name.
Because a lot of people have that affiliated with.
That's true.
That's
true. Now I feel like everybody got a Baxter story. I feel like everybody does.
So what?
Everybody got a Baxter story.
Oh yeah, everybody do.
Everybody got a back like they ran us down. Well, they didn't run us down. We was in line, and it was like probably 3 people in front of us. And one security guards came running over there. He was like, "No Jordans, no Jordans." And like 2 of the homies had on Jordans. No Jordans. And I'm looking in front. It's like probably Friday or Saturday night. It's like 5 years ago.
It's Baxter.
Man, get Baxter's, bro. He ran on no Jordans. I'm looking in front. I'm like, bro, this dude got on Steph's. Like, I'm like, I don't have on Jordans. You know, I'm like, I don't have on no J's. You feel me? I got on like some Adidas tubes type shit. I'm like, I don't got on no J's, but 2 of my niggas got on J's. But bro, right here got on these Steph's, bro. Like, they're athletic shoes. Like, what's the deal? He was just, but it was a white dude.
Yeah.
He was like, no. They were, on the sign, when you got close to the sign, it had a list of things in Jordans, phones. Jordans on the list, phones is on the list. I swear to God, bro.
They ain't had that roll on no board.
Bro,
they ain't had that roll on no board. Stop it.
2015.
Jordans.
It was Jordans. They had Jordans on the list, phones on the list. It was no hoods, no hats, no sweatpants, no dark shades,
no cutoffs,
and it was no cutoffs.
And
it was no holes, and there was no holes in your jeans. No, at that time, it said no. That night, it had no hats, no hoods, no holes in your jeans, no sweats, no phones, no Jordans. And dude ran down the line, listen, bro. Dude ran.
You cannot get fresh to come to this bar.
Dude ran down. I swear to God, it was 3 people in front of us. Dude ran down the line. He said, I'm telling you, he was like an umpire at the basement. No Jordans. I'm looking up. I said, huh? I look behind. I'm like, what? I look at front. I said, this nigga got on Steph's, bro. Like, what are you talking? No Jordans. He points at the sign. No Jordans. I'm like, bro,
they wouldn't
the fuck is this?
They wouldn't let me in one time, bro. I had on the Louisville jacket. You know the one, this Louisville starter jacket?
Yeah.
I had on the Louisville jacket. Granted, we in Louisville. You feel me? Like, and I'm going back to hee-haw. No athletic girl. Nigga, this is a Louisville jacket in the city of Louisville on the day they just played. Like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
$100
They played that day. I can't wear something with the name of my city on it in y'all club.
They stopped Cody from going in because he had numbers on his shirt. And it was a 49ers shirt.
Well, they said no jerseys. So they probably
it was a t-shirt. It said 49ers. It was red. It said 49ers on it. They were like, no numbers on your shirt are allowed. Yeah, okay, then the dude was walking up behind us, had on a Versace shirt that had like rhinestones and shit on it. Yeah. They told him his shirt was too shiny.
They said, you too flashy, bro.
And they would let him in. I was like, what they say about you? He said, my shirt is too shiny, apparently.
You shining too hard, bro. You can't come in.
Come on, man.
It's like,
I'm like, do you want everyone in this bar to just look as bland as possible?
My niggas, his pants was too bad.
Beige polo shorts.
No, they'll find anything. It's almost like a situation
shirt,
where it's like when you was going to Baxter years ago, you had to take that mindset of, okay, I don't want to give them a reason to possibly say I can't come in.
So let me put a belt on.
So let me put a belt. I don't know if it's no hats, but I ain't gonna wear no hat. You feel me?
I don't even wear no hat.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
no sports gear.
None of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like, and it's just like,
even I couldn't wear.
And it shouldn't be like that because most of the times when you go, it be cool. You see niggas in with the shit, but in that one time that you throw on something, yeah, bro, no hats, bro. No jewelry. Like, damn, I can't wear a necklace.
Nah, they got me at Molly's. They kept telling me tuck my chain.
Yeah.
Bro, I bought this to show off, nigga. What the fuck? Tuck this bitch. In case somebody grab. Nobody ain't grabbing this shit, bro. What the fuck? The fuck?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Baxter's was, besides the blatant racism, Baxter's had some good moments in Baxter's, bro.
I had some fun times there.
Yeah, Baxter's was definitely fun. You know what I'm saying? Just the blatant racism is kind of like, bro, I don't want to ever.
But it's less of like.
See, either I was dealing with blatant racism, or my niggas on some dumbass shit, and I've
had that before. Oh my god,
dumbass shit.
Cause them dollar wells,
bro.
Them dollar, and they on some dumbass shit,
bruh.
and it's like, okay. Yes, you got kicked out. I know exactly why you got kicked out. Why you tripping?
Yeah.
You know exactly why you got kicked out. You was wild.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, they on some dumb shit. No, you was on some dumb shit.
Bro,
that's what I got. Too many of those.
My roommate, bro, I'll never forget this night.
Them dollar wells.
He wasn't even on that. He was just drunk. I think he was drinking tequila. But this nigga, so we about to leave. And so I go get him. We go to about a bar in the front. I go get him. Hey, bro, me and Drizzy, he's doing his thing. You feel me? He gonna kick it with old girl. Me and you about to slide. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's already bet. So he goes to walk outside. I'm watching him. Like I'm still at the bar. So like I'm a real observant person, bro. I've always observed. So I'm still at the bar. I'm watching him because I gotta watch him because he's a drunk. He bumps this dude. Right? Swear to God, he bumps this dude, and dude's talking to his mans. He bumps him. He kind of spills his drink a little bit. He sees my roommate walk past, so he looks at my roommate, and I'm like, fuck. He looks at his mans. He's like, hey, hold my drink. So he tells him hold his drink. He goes over to my roommate, and I see him talking to him. He's like pointing at his face. I'm like, oh, come on, bro. So I start making my way over there.
You already know your
So, bro, so the dude that got in my roommate's face, he walks off. I go get my roommate. We stand outside. We waiting for my home. I'm off to the left a little bit. He's over there. He's basically standing right by that tree where Baxter's. You know, Baxter's got that little tree out front.
Yeah.
He's standing right there by that tree. Security's right there, bro. The dude that was inside that got in his face came outside with his mans. And he was like, yo, my nigga, I got a bone to pick with you. He was like, you standing there thinking you all smooth and shit, all nonchalant, woo-doo-woo-woo. He was like, I'm a boxer, nigga. Like, I box for a living. I eat your lunch. So I said, oh, shit. I said, I'm looking at my roommate. I said, bro, you about to get us beat the fuck up. So I step in. I said, hey, bro, niggas ain't fighting. I was bigger than dude, but I was like, hey, bro, niggas ain't fighting. We cool. I said, bro, he's drunk. I got him, bro. Relax. So he was like, nah, man, I don't like that shit. He was like, I box for a living. I beat shit out this nigga. I'm like, nah, you good. Like, ain't gonna be no fighting, bro. We good. So we get in the car, bro. We driving. I'm driving home. This nigga had the audacity to look at me and say, damn, we almost had a brawl tonight. I'm driving. I look, I said, a brawl? I said, almost got us beat up by some nigga that box. I said, nah, bro. I said, bro, when it's me and you, I'm never going out with just you ever.
I didn't have one of them all together. My nigga, he was at one of these bars. I want to say it was like Tavern or something. He got his wallet took. And as he got his wallet took, you know what I'm saying?
He said it on the bar, like.
He said it on the bar, and like he's handing me my drink, like, you know what I'm saying? He got rounds. Here go your drink real quick. Come back. Oh, wait a minute. My wallet ain't here. Hold on. There's only you here next to me, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know I ain't tripping type shit, you know? He's on it. He's on it. He ain't about let it down. The nigga's like, I'm a cop, yada yada.
Yeah,
I ain't take your wallet.
The person he's arguing with who thinks those wallet is a cop.
So he's like, and then Charlie bro, his homie, you know what I'm saying? He the nigga who he was with, he do kung fu like he really do like martial arts.
Yeah.
And I see him like really
he's in the
he's
cut.
really like chilling back, like ready to
kick, roundhouse kick.
And I have to be on edge because I'm like, my niggas like in his face, like ready with the other guy, the cop nigga.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this nigga, the karate nigga's right here, ready with the martial arts, like ready to kick this nigga. And I see it, I'm like, I gotta steal this nigga if he kick you. You know what I'm saying? Charlie like, bro, this nigga about to karate kick this nigga in his head.
I'm at the point where it's like, dog, I gotta steal the kung fu nigga just so he don't roundhouse kick both these niggas at the one time. So I knew for a fact, I'm like, bro, I'm about to get beat up. I'm about to get beat up because I'm going to have to throw the first punch in this fight. Because I can't let my niggas get kicked in the head because they focused on a whole other argument.
He's sitting like a tech.
They in there, do it in the cop's face. They're like, fuck you,
like,
nigga, man.
Like sitting like this, like really about to kick off on this nigga.
And I'm telling these niggas, I say, man, y'all niggas need to chill out, bro. It's like this nigga, it's not like I didn't know the nigga who was in the position. Yeah. I met this nigga, seeing him kick a nigga in the face, and I seen him kick like 6, 7, 8 niggas in the face after that. I seen him knock out plenty of niggas. And I'm not rounding up, I'm rounding down for real. Yeah. Like dead ass.
See, that's a story I'm hearing. I'm like, I hear you, but at the same time, this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's ready, so I gotta be ready as well. You know, I can't not. He about to get kicked in his head. Oh my God, that shit was horrible. It was a time.
I feel like, well, I mean, I'm sure it's everywhere, but I feel like Louisville's nightlife has always had a severe undertone of violence to it.
Nah, you got like 8 tough guys in the city who like beat niggas up. Real talk, it's the same niggas beat niggas up.
It's the same.
Like a week later, the nigga who was about to roundhouse kick, dropping my nigga straight to hell.
I was not.
He was on World Star roundhouse kicking the nigga in Qdoba. Gave the nigga the business in Qdoba. Wop.
The same kick I was getting warned about.
The same kick. The same exact kick, bro. I'm just like, bro.
I'm looking at it like my niggas like squared up with the nigga like, bro, I know you took my wallet. Stop. You know what I'm saying? You holding me. And the nigga's right behind his homie like.
He's behind the
like a second character, like really
he's waiting,
bouncing, like
waiting to say fight.
Do that MMA gym, like
come on,
he
like,
fights.
Nigga, just give me the signal, bro.
I don't want to still off on this nigga.
And I'm going up to him because I know the nigga. I'm like, bro, I see what you're doing, bro. Like, not tonight, bro. I'm like, not tonight. These are my niggas. He's like, Charlie, me and you cool forever. He's like, I don't know them niggas though. I know that nigga though. He's like, I'm like, bro, not tonight. Every time I see him, I was like, walk in like, nah, bro, not tonight. And I just took it. I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to just steal this nigga first. I know I ain't gonna knock him out, but I'm causing enough diffusion to where he ain't gonna roundhouse kick my niggas to death. You feel me? Like, and we ended up situation of getting boiled over. They turned his wallet in. They turned it into the bar. Took it $60.
Yeah, they took some money. They took some shit.
But they turned it into the bar. But I knew they had it. They had it.
You could see the exchange between.
Yeah, I saw all the shit. You know they had it. It's like, but what can you really do if one of them's a cop?
LMPD.
One of them's a cop. You feel me? Like, he wasn't in uniform. He was in plain clothes, but he is a cop.
Yeah.
And he was damn sure to flaunt that around. Shit, what time is it? All right, we got time. Let's run through some topics. Before we take these last shots.
Before we do that, bro, I gotta take a piss.
Go ahead.
Oh man.
Let's get on some shit. Let's get on some
for like 30 minutes.
Some foolery. Go ahead, man. This look
shit. You know what I seen? This nigga, my nigga, Money Mayweather. Yeah. He. I don't know if the quarantine times he ain't been boxing him and getting his money or whatnot, or he just taking advantage of all money, but he's doing personalized happy birthday shout outs for $999. Get your happy birthday, get your happy birthday from Mayweather, Money team, happy birthday.
I would never pay Floyd Mayweather to tell me happy birthday.
Come on, that's the money team. You getting told from the money team happy birthday.
I'm fine on that, bro.
That's
now I'm broke because I
like a well wish from the ancestors. Like, come on.
Who cares unemployment check on a Floyd Mayweather shout out?
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Making him more money, and he got more money than I'll probably ever have.
That's supporting black though, ain't it?
Floyd
Or is that a
Mayweather
reach?
didn't give me $999 for my birthday.
Yeah, when I first read this shit, I thought it was saying that Floyd Mayweather is sending niggas $999.
No. He's sending a happy birthday shout out.
That would make sense.
For a band.
Yeah,
Send me a band and I'll post your happy birthday on Instagram.
Yeah, then I read it fully. I'm like, oh, he's really on the money.
He getting
thing.
the chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Floyd Mayweather, get your money, dude. Get your money, dude. But you're not gonna get it from me.
My birthday's Tuesday, so maybe you could get me.
I'm not getting. I heard Floyd Mayweather can't even
Hey,
spell.
I'll put in on that. All right.
If you got $998,
we can watch it on the TV, right?
We can put it. I can put it on the projector.
you got
Projector.
You got $998. I got the other dollar. We can get Jig a happy birthday from Floyd Mayweather.
I was only gonna say
We'll start a GoFundMe.
I got 2 pieces on it. I got $2 on it.
All right, so let's go through some of this. Let's go through some of this list. We got Vince Staples says Atlanta got the best rappers ever, and it ain't even close. Agree or disagree? We ain't gonna spend too much time on. Agree or disagree?
Like all time?
Yeah, he's just saying as a collective city.
They got
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
He's not wrong. He's not 100% right, but he's not wrong.
Yeah.
at all.
Because like only I'm pushing to be New York and L.A.
But I feel like Atlanta is innovative with the coast.
Like he said, they got 10,000 artists that all sound different. You know what I'm saying? They all got their own wave and had a booming ass song and 10,000 different ones. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and probably 10,000 more different ones that you haven't heard of or don't know of yet.
But wouldn't you say that Atlanta is also like one of the best places to actually like get connected and actually get your shit out? So is it
Because
not,
of how
like are these people that are from Atlanta born and bred, or are they coming out of
it's just
Atlanta?
they use
that's
their
where they're
resources.
starting.
The resources that they have, they use them. They actually use them. I ain't gonna say we, but like a lot of other, I will say we and a lot of other places don't necessarily use their resources as efficiently.
Gotta make the most out of the people around you in Atlanta.
Whether I went to high school with you or I knew you from 6th grade or all of that, they taking advantage of every single all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you in 6th grade. Shit, I'm gonna pull up on you because we both doing music right now, and now you little baby and I'm, you know what I'm saying.
I feel like Louisville would be like that if we had more
around
us.
If we had the infrastructure, Louisville just had a lot of people trying to do shit, but Atlanta has infrastructure. They got record label companies down there. They got big things.
I feel like they want to work together.
Yeah. But they also have older people who's helping facilitate that shit. Like,
and there's a lot of old black money there too. Like the old black money in Louisville is very, very small.
yeah.
So as that wealth isn't spread out as well as it is down there. But Louisville and Atlanta are very similar in terms of how they maneuver, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the way it's set up, the things that people value, like the spirit down there is very reminiscent of here. So I feel like if the infrastructure for us was built up, like Atlanta is a good model city for us, I believe, in terms of what we should aspire to be like.
Atlanta and Louisville, I had this argument. I'm not gonna say who, but I had this argument a couple years ago about the difference between Atlanta and Louisville is the Olympics and professional sports teams. Other than that, like Louisville, like before Atlanta had that boom, it was Louisville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were Louisville, Memphis, Cincinnati, Detroit, Atlanta.
Because the city is rather small, honestly. Like I think Louisville Metro is actually bigger than Atlanta proper. Yeah. You know.
I say Ed Didey rapping R&B, like from the TLCs to the Outkast's to the Goody Bobs, Organized Noise, L.A. Reid, and Babyface and all them. That infrastructure. That's what I'm talking about. The music wise, the infrastructure that was set by L.A. Reid and Babyface with the Face records.
Do you think with the death of Static, you think that played a factor in
hindering
for
sure, because
100%.
like when you take the only person in the city who was probably able. Oh, what happened? That one just died.
I guess so.
All right, cool. That was the recording.
Yes, sir.
When you take the death of somebody who happened, like Static, who could have built the infrastructure, like it could have helped put people on, who had the connections, and you take him out, now city just lost. Like, plus Static was he's about to get a resurgence with the whole lollipop shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, so, his presence is
Did
still.
he die that same year?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he died before the video even came out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's like, so now you have this connection with Lil Wayne, and imagine, the amount of flow just through those channels that could have been born out of that, record being as popular as it is, because it is a classic.
Yeah, he would have definitely worked with Drake. I mean, Drake's used his influence, his samples before.
Yeah.
He's on the
You
last
got
album.
Pop Smoke, like that Diana track with King Kong. They used the shit by Player, Cheers to You. They used that sample. I mean, so his influence is still being felt in the music. You know what I'm saying? People still talk about Static Major from here and there, but he I feel like you're right. He definitely would have been that pillar where like, you know what I'm saying, Jack's doing this thing now, but you could just imagine what would have transpired between the era that Static blew up and then Bryson hit and now Jack. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the artistry would have been that much better because, like you said, the foundation would have had the probably record labels and executives and businesses and companies here. It's a hub. You know what I'm saying? I think Louisville's turned into a hub like now, but it's still behind. Yeah, it's still behind because that Static Major. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah, and then
like that was a huge hit.
Lollipop was probably one of the biggest, Lil Wayne's biggest songs at the time. Like, and for
that was the lead single for
Static
Cardi
Major not to die right before the video dropped, that you never got to see his full potential, because that would have been a new peak for him probably. Because Lil Wayne was at an all-time high right then and there, so that's crazy. R.I.P. Static Major.
And it's a beautiful song. Like, it is a song that you can listen to timelessly. Like, you play Lollipop, and
You played a remix with Kanye.
yeah, and that was
Kanye
great.
sings on it. Speaking of Kanye,
Kanye
y'all vote
2020.
for Kanye?
Man,
Kanye awesome.
I have to
Nut
sit
shit.
that out, man.
See, can you deal with a bipolar rant? Like
I'm about to say,
Can
man.
you
I
deal
feel
with
like
him?
Can you imagine Kanye's press briefing?
well, I feel like this whatever album he's coming out with this year is about to be pretty nice because he's on a hell of a press run right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely about to drop out. He's about to give us something. Either
did
new
drop a
Yeezy.
single.
I mean the Gap he signed. He got the collab
See,
with
and that's
Gap.
the thing. Like I'm gonna say personally, pardon me, I haven't been able to keep up with Kanye since he's been venturing off so heavily into other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like now his fashion is going crazy. Okay, cool. Now, what was it? Jesus was cool, but it was nice, but it wasn't nothing before. And then the next one now, Yeezus is really going crazy. St. Pablo wasn't nothing. Now he's running for president and he's making strictly Christian music only.
Secular music, yeah.
It's not. I
It
haven't
seems
been.
like he's never satisfied.
When he's on music, I'm on that nigga, but I just haven't. I can't. I want you to stick with something and run with it from Kanye.
Kanye, man,
I love you to death.
I love his
You're a
music.
gold in my eyes, but
I love his music, but I'm not voting for you for no damn president. No, I'm not voting for you no
Yeezy
damn
don't get
president.
your vote,
music
bro?
and shoes.
Hell
man.
no.
Beats, music, and shoes. I don't need you controlling I don't need you making no decisions.
But
for
he
the country.
clearly said he was bipolar. Who the fuck?
Well, Kim K's gonna be pulling the strings.
Kim K's
Elon
first lady?
Musk gonna be pulling the strings.
Elon Musk.
Come on.
He said he's getting vibed by Elon Musk and Kim.
Imagine that
Kardashian.
on CNN. Kim K, the first lady. Man,
I see why
somebody's
first-
gonna burn that White House down if that's the case. Somebody.
coming.
I don't know
I
who,
mean-
but somebody would be bold enough.
I mean,
to do that
after
shit.
Trump, where else do we got to go?
That's the thing. It's like we've taken people
the
who were
seriosity out of it.
educated,
There's no seriousness into it.
and now it's like reality TV stars are somehow controlling the government. It's
Definitely
just
a
like,
reality TV
No,
show.
reality TV star are just the faces of shit. Trump ain't got no power for real. He's just doing what
Yeah.
the 6, 7, 8 dumbasses he trusts tell him to do.
He needs to know people. Bro.
He don't
He
got
needs
the power,
connections and-
but he's definitely he is entertainment.
Yeah.
he's prime time entertainment.
Yeah.
Like he's
He keep the U.S. relevant.
yeah. He just
The U.S. on the
fucking
news,
tweets,
all
right?
that.
bro. Did you see
I
the
don't
snap?
need my president
did you see
tweeting.
Did you see the
Straight
Snapchat
up.
ad where he used T.I. song?
Nah.
No,
I hope
did
T.I. win that case.
Oh,
However much he
God.
sued him
They
for.
keep doing that. He's done it to Nirvana. He's done it to
Beatles.
Adele, I think.
He changed that song.
and these
I
artists
don't
are
want
suing
nobody.
him.
Need nobody.
Ain't no Biden.
No
Ain't no
Biden.
Biden.
He did a
Come
no
on.
Biden, bro.
Come
I
on,
ain't gonna
T.I.,
lie.
I need you
That's
to
funny
win
as
that
shit.
case. Win that case for the
That's
people.
That's
T.I.
funny.
That's funny because
Win
it's
that case
like.
for the-
But you know what's fucked up? So
Oh,
when
no,
these
it's great,
artists'
but-
songs get used, their
Yeah.
labels own the rights to the music. So
Yeah.
like the artists don't even have to get contacted for their music to get used. And from what I've read, like these record label communications people aren't stopping it. So it's
T.I. owns
like
his music though, right?
I don't know honestly.
It's high.
It's
I mean,
not-
I
it's
feel
not a
like he's
lot-
far into this, and I feel like
It's not a lot of
Probably.
artists
the way
on
he
their
talks.
masters.
No, I just feel like the way he talks, he should.
He might own his newer, but his earlier shit
Hell no.
probably not.
That's how he
Probably-
came up. Hell no.
Yeah, probably not like 24s and with Urban Legend. I'm Serious, like that shit. Like he probably don't own that shit, bro.
Man, that's
shit's
so
right on
crazy
label,
to
bro.
think. Like, what is it that? I want to say they said it. 1 million streams on YouTube is 10 bands.
I think so.
That's nothing.
Something
That is.
like that.
I mean, you have a hit song. You got a million streams on YouTube. That's a hit song, correct?
Yeah.
You got a hit
No,
I would say a hit.
No, I say no.
amongst.
I-
You got that's 1 million people viewing your song.
That
So,
makes sense.
I say
You viral.
depending
You viral. Okay,
depending
so-
on how fast you hit that million. Because if you hit that million over 3 months, nah. We hit that million in like 2
300,000,
days.
300,000. That's still a good look though.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
not
not a hit,
bad.
though, at that
Yeah, you
point.
know what I'm saying? But it's not a hit.
But it's still a nice song.
It's still doing
it's
its thing,
good
but it's not a
numbers.
hit, yeah.
It's doing numbers.
It's
Yeah.
boiling, but no,
Yeah.
it's bubbling, but it ain't boiling.
You definitely getting paid from it. You
Cool.
definitely getting paid
Yeah,
off that
okay,
million.
so no, that's just not enough though. You got 1 million and
So,
10.
so talk about Spotify.
That's at Spotify. They're paying like what, 0.0039 or something.
Yeah,
like
30,
that?
36 hundredths of a cent or some
Yeah, they
shit.
worth 50 billion.
Yeah. I mean, but hold on. But if you look at Spotify though, I'm not gonna say that they're worth 50 billion because of music. I feel like they made that 50 billion off of the podcast and the ads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that partnership with Joe Rogan, when they did that, you knew them niggas had some money.
did you buy sister?
Yeah, you knew them niggas had some money. You know what I'm saying? They got the Joe Budden shit. Joe Budden and they said that they in negotiations right now, so they don't tell them what they might get if they stay with Spotify. But that's how Spotify and like Apple and all like they make their money off the ads. You know what I'm saying? So the podcast is gonna bring the ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they do the video side of it. That's gonna bring the ad revenue versus the streaming because people will pay for the
But half of the
$10
ads
premium and ain't no
It's
ads.
music videos though. I mean,
On what?
well, no, I'm thinking YouTube. I ain't gonna say Spotify.
Yeah, well, I'm saying on Spotify because most people, if you got Spotify, you're paying for the $9.99 and you don't ever hear ad because you're paying for the premium. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no ad. But with these podcasts and stuff, they're literally 2.5, 3 hours of nothing but possible ad content. All they gotta do is plug in the ad. This is brought to you by Lysol. Da 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 da. Ad over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same shit with the videos. Just put the damn ad in the corner of the video. You know what I'm saying? Like it's brought to you by Cash App. We know for 2.5 hours that this episode of Joe Budden Podcast is brought to you by Cash App because that Cash App symbol spinning around the corner. You feel me? So they make a lot of their money off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus the subscriptions and what people bring in because you can listen to the podcast and you ain't got to sign up for Spotify. You can just get on that bitch and listen.
I need to see how motherfucking Jason Derulo making
TikTok.
$75,000 per TikTok video.
TikTok, bro. He gets
Come on.
he gets views. He was already famous.
Yeah, but
Jason
what
Derulo
video
is
do
so
I need
random.
to put out tomorrow that I can make 10 bands on? I'm cool with 10. I don't need 75. I'll take 5. I don't need 75. I'll take 5. What video I got put out? I'll do it. You know,
What's he be doing
we
on
can
there?
make this happen.
He be fooling, bro. I've seen a couple videos like he be fooling. I don't know.
He be doing goofy shit.
No lie,
Yeah,
I see
it's
my
goofy
daughter
shit.
mimicking a video. I'm like, wait a minute, why do I follow
Is
Jason
it really
Derulo
funny
on my
or is
TikTok?
it like?
It might be funny to the British niggas or something. I don't know where he from.
He's a strong.
He's Jamaican or some shit, ain't he?
dancing. He be
I don't know
dancing.
what he is.
So
He's Safari.
he be dancing. I
Hey,
believe.
whatever Safari is, they're the same shit. No real shit. No real, I think they're the same. They like the same person. So,
I'm taking it serious right now. This is hilarious, though.
We'll see what Jason Derulo for.
Man, I don't know if
he's from Florida.
Jason Derulo with a check mark on TikTok follows me on TikTok, but I don't control my TikTok. My daughter does. So the TikToks that we make, that's on there, and she'll follow these people and yada yada yada. I'm like, I look on there one time, like, why the fuck am I following? Or why the fuck Jason Derulo follow me? It said official Jason Derulo with a if it's Instagram, blue check mark. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same thing, a blue check mark on TikTok. But I'm like, why the fuck is Jason Derulo following me? I didn't put no shit on here. What is he looking at? But he followed me on there, and then.
It's because his account getting ran by actual TikTok. He's just getting that bag.
Come on, 75,000
that bag from the Chinese
per
government.
video, and they said he got over 400 videos. So
that means Jason Derulo is a traitor to the American government. For real. Like, for real.
He's a rich one.
Yeah. Because, it's ran by the Chinese government.
Man, I don't. This may be a topic for another episode, but I seen one thing that said Chief Keef was what's the word they said? A fucking plant for he was put there to destroy black people.
And I ain't gonna say an informant, but like you said, a plant.
Pretty much.
It was a plant.
I'll never forget this nigga Chief Keef said one time. He said, "My next mixtape about to raise the murder rate." And it probably did.
Think about how much influence he had over 2012, 2013.
That whole movement.
That's when he was going around, 2012, 2013 type shit.
That whole drill movement.
Come on.
That whole Chicago
Young
shit.
niggas live by him. The 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 23-year-olds live by that nigga.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That was their idol. The whole slang group of niggas were just like Chief Keef, Lil Baby to Chief Keef. Them niggas you don't trust. Don't buy no weed from him. Don't sell no weed to him. Like, you probably trust Chief Keef. Chief Keef probably a good ass nigga right now. He probably ain't even acting like these niggas is acting. He was just speaking on it, but now some of these niggas took that shit. They listened to that shit at 8 years old, 9 years old.
They took it to heart.
And then this shit's law now.
There were so many people on stage at the Chief Keef concert. I didn't know which one was Chief Keef.
I believe it.
They had like 40 people on stage. I was like, is this like general admission or what? And it was the whole posse. They had like 4 tour buses. I was like, I see y'all.
All right. Last topic before we take this last shot. Who we got? T.I. versus 50 Cent.
50.
50?
Going fifth, bro.
Man.
I gotta go fifth.
I got Tip.
I ain't
gonna say
I'm
easy.
not mad at it.
I love 50.
I'm
50 is
not
my
mad at
nigga.
it.
50, I grew up on, man, that Get Rich or Die Trying, crazy. That Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, crazy. The, what was the second one? Massacre. That had major cuts on it. I live by some of them too.
Curtis got some shit on there too.
Curtis, yeah. Hey,
Curtis.
He was fueled by beef at that point, though. You know what I'm saying? He was going at it with Cam.
They need to have a movie battle. Who got better movies, T.I. or 50 Cent?
50. T.I.'s only in what?
T.I. got a lot of movies.
He was in ATL. He was in that one movie where they was
American Gangster.
Takers, American
He was
Gangster.
in Ant-Man.
Who's that? What's that?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. I ain't seen Ant-Man. Okay, so
he's in a lot of movies for real.
Nah, give me
50 Cent got a lot of movies too. A lot of shit just be on Netflix.
People only know Power though. People know 50 for Power and maybe even Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
T.I. got a show too. T.I.'s little family show, Family Hustle. That shit was big.
Hustle.
That shit was big. Reality.
They don't count. That's reality TV.
That shit ain't reality.
Y'all doing reality TV if it comes to you? What's the number for your reality TV show?
Shit, right now?
Jack and Charlie reality TV show. What's y'all number?
I think we could have
100 right now.
100? Y'all good at 100?
Hey, give me 100.
Yeah, right now? Yeah, give me 100.
That's 3 seasons.
Plus
Y'all
royalties.
good at 100 for 3 seasons?
I
No,
need
100 per
season.
Nah,
100 per season. These are 6 episode seasons.
Nah, I'm gonna say probably, yeah. I'll probably need 100 this season. Yeah.
For sure. Let's take these last shots. Drizzle. It was fucking good ass episode.
It was.
Fucking good times. Goddamn. Shout out to Prince Hubert, that Pong Yop You feel me?
I like that.
Polynyak.
Shout out to my
Definitely.
nigga Drop. Shout out to my baby
I gotta be
Jay. Shout
drinking
out
this
to the homie
poison.
Spencer for coming through, running the camera for us. You know,
Yeah,
shout out to
even though
y'all.
he broke his hand. He's still working 2 cameras.
I know Spencer tried to skateboard. He think he young. he almost broke both wrists. He think he young trying to skateboard.
He's still
and
working
shit.
2 cameras and a mic.
That's funny as
I
fuck.
just noticed that.
Yeah.
His wrist.
Oh.
Hey, no lie, that's why I haven't jumped on a skateboard. Like I want so bad. Like the neighbor homies, I was riding the bikes with them when I was on the skateboard. I wanted to kickflip so bad. I wanted to like try some shit. But I'm like, I'm 27. I ain't got on a skateboard since I was like 22. I'm not even about to do it.
Not happening.
I know what to do. I know what to do, and I know the dynamics, but it's a whole different ball game.
This is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast. We're going to take this shot to staying off skateboards once you pass a certain age. Unless you've been doing it. You feel me?
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a girl.
Woo.
Chase it.
You know, it's Charlie 3 times. Shout out Drop Waller. Shout out Get Jiggy with it. Shout out my nigga Drizzle 502. Go follow all of us. I'm going to put our Instagram handles right here. This is the Bottom of the Bottle podcast, and we'll see you next week. Yada that in the baseball bat.
Hey.